Set.
On the surface, 100 meters follows two young runners whose friendship turns into rivalry as they compete to be the fastest runner in Japan. While the story is framed around competitive running, the sport itself isn't really the main focus. Rather than focusing on athletic achievement alone, the film operates as an existential character study. It explores questions of identity, social expectation, and above all, the pursuit of personal fulfillment. Each race becomes less about winning and more about what motivates the characters to continue, to endure pressure, redefine themselves, and confront the gap between who they are and who they believe they are expected to be. In this way, 100 meters ultimately poses a deceptively simple question to its audience. Why do we run? Our main character, Togashi, is introduced as someone who has always been fast. From a young age, running comes easily to him, and that ease earns him recognition, trophies, friends, and a quiet reputation that follows him into high school. By the time we meet him there, however, he has already quit, and we are left wondering why. He hesitantly rejoins the track and field club after another member pushes him to return. There, he encounters Nigami, another former prodigy, who asks why he chose this school instead of a more prestigious one that would better suit his reputation. The question lingers before turning more personal.
Was it the pressure?
Togashi never answers directly. Instead, he reflects on what running has gradually become in his life. His speed shapes how others see him, and over time, how he sees himself. Running shifts from being an activity he enjoys to the core of his identity. When a single talent becomes the foundation of how you understand yourself, it begins to feel inevitable rather than voluntary. The excitement that once accompanied his victories gives way to expectation. By the time Togashi steps back onto the track, his return feels less like rediscovering a passion and more like fulfilling a role he believes he is meant to play. Togashi resumes competing in the 100 meters and quickly reestablishes his dominance. Winning still appears natural to him. During one meet, he reunites with his childhood friend Komiya, whose relationship with running developed under very different circumstances. As a child, Komiya was shy and struggled to fit in at school. He ran as a way to escape the difficulties he faced. Where Togashi's talents brought him recognition, Komiya's running provided solitude and relief. Even after Togashi trains him and helps him refine his technique, Komiya's motivation remains deeply personal. His progress grows out of persistence rather than reputation. Years later, they stand side by side at the starting line again. This time, Komiya wins. The two remain silent in the rain, until Komiya quietly tells him,
Togashi, your running style changed.
The defeat unsettles Togashi because it exposes something he has been avoiding. His return to racing has been shaped by expectations, pressure, and protecting the identity built around being the fastest. In that moment, the sense of ease that once defined his life has shattered. When winning is consistently defined how you understand yourself, a loss becomes more than a setback in competition. It challenges the identity built around that success. For the first time, Togashi is forced to question who he is without the certainty of winning. As time passes, Togashi enters a slump. He continues to compete, but the certainty that once defined him begins to fade. Komiya, meanwhile, rises through the rankings and is now seen as a legitimate challenger to Japan's #1 runner, Zaitsu. During this period, Togashi encounters Kaido, a veteran runner who has spent most of his career in second place. Unlike Togashi, Kaido has never built his identity around being the best. He competes with the belief that improvement is always possible, regardless of how others perceive him. When he unexpectedly defeats both Komiya and Zaitsu, the victory feels like the result of steady conviction rather than reputation. Zaitsu offers another perspective. Years at the top have left him isolated. Without someone pushing him forward, success begins to feel stagnant. But when Kaido surpasses him, he smiles. Shortly after, he announces his retirement. Being challenged again restores meaning to his final race. The film returns to Togashi and Komiya in the last heat. As they run side by side, the image briefly shifts to their younger selves. When we return to the present, both are smiling. The winner is never revealed, as the outcome is no longer the point. The question, why do we run, reaches far beyond the track. Running becomes a metaphor for any pursuit we attach ourselves to. A career, an ambition, a talent, a dream? Tokashi's struggle reflects what happens when identity becomes tied to performance. Komiya's journey shows how goals can evolve and how achievement alone does not guarantee fulfillment. Kaido demonstrates the power of self-belief independent of recognition. And Zaitsu reveals that even reaching the top can feel empty without challenge or growth. These perspectives extend beyond sport. Many of us define ourselves by what we excel at. We chase titles, validation, progress, or stability. Over time, the reason we started can shift. Passion can become pressure. Success can become obligation. Winning can become expectation. 100 meters suggests that fulfillment does not come from standing above others, but from understanding why we continue in the first place. The act of striving, learning, improving, competing, and creating only holds meaning when the motivation behind it is our own. So after everything we've explored, I'll leave you with this. Why do you run?
You're the fastest sixth grader in all of Japan!
So what motivates you to keep pushing yourself?
I am a living thing. I will die, never to be born again. That's my motivation.
Come on, Chromia! Give it everything you've got! Don't forget how fast you are!
There's only one reason you're able to run like that!
Komiya, you seem to have forgotten the one simple rule I said when we were younger. That is, running the 100-meter dash
Faster than anyone else. Can solve almost anything.